Well, it's getting a little stuffed in here. Yep, I got both kayaks back. I got the RVR in the garage. I took it for a test run. It's awesome. I definitely do some different stuff, but today I'm poking a bear. Not that everybody follows me or anything, not that I'm somebody famous, but people have said some stuff recently like, hey dude, what's up? You know, you haven't, you know, I've done a couple of videos with no spectacles. Well, I got contacts. They suck. I'm terrible at contacts. But I need to be able to wear sunglasses, because these binoculars on the water, it doesn't matter how much I cover my face, they magnify that glare. I am blind. Like, my eyeballs feel sunburned by the end of the day. It is annoying. So I'm trying to get into the contact swing of things, and I got some other stuff in the works. So the contacts are a must need. And what am I doing right now? Well, this is my steering kit. This is the steering kit that we came up with. James and them came up with. I should say James came up with. I've been tinkering with it a little bit, and I've been adding little parts here and there. And, you know, I put my 2 cents in here and there. I got these little line. I'll pull this off in a second. Give me 1 second to get the cord out. Line guides from my buddy Parker Compton. He's going to be making me some more, but these line guides. So I don't know if you guys have had the Wizard FCS system or the Source system or Kayak City system, but either way, all of them have plastic line guides, and the plastic drags on the line. See these right here? See? Metal ring on the inside. I'm telling you, you don't even feel the pressure against it, which is really nice. Moving on. I'm a bear poker. People are always like, Dave, don't do that. It's a bad idea. Don't poke the bear, etc., etc., etc. Well, I'm a bear poker. These are the pedals that we have had at the Kayak City. They are definitely super cool because you can pull them out of the way. So for you Old Town guys or people who have pedal drives and you have a bunch of stuff in the middle, I got this catch trap door, so I got nothing in the middle. It's awesome. But for the guys who have like stuff in the middle or a bunch of space or even the dry pod from Bonafide, I removed my dry pod. But if you have a dry pod and you're trying to do foot steering, the pedals, they take up a lot of space, especially if you want to stand up and fish. So the cool thing about these is they fold out of the way, and I loved it. It was great. I had plenty of deck space. That was the whole point of doing it with the catch plate and the steering. These specific pedals, I have dance floor is what I'm looking for. I fish barefoot. I just do. I'm a California kid. Sorry, everybody who's like in freezing weather and you're mad that I'm saying that out loud, but I'm saying that out loud. I tend to fish barefoot a lot. What ends up happening is this metal gets hot. Now, mind you, I monkey toe it. So I like grab it with my toes and push back and forth. I've done it with flip-flops. Now, I upsized my motor to the 300. Well, monkey towing, even with flip-flops or, you know, bare toes, pushing against the 300, there's a lot more resistance. What ended up happening was, as the pedal itself, some people don't have this problem. I was having this problem with the top mount. It actually applies pressure to this plate right here too high and will actually tweak when you're trying to push against that motor. It will actually kind of twist and warp. It doesn't really warp the aluminum, but you can see the wall flexing a little bit, and that scares me. Like, I'm just real, like, I don't want to go underwater. I just don't. So I went ahead and I kind of modded. Oops, wrong side. This was the plate. This was it. I took this plate. We drilled them out. James has the jig for it. We can drill them out. They're great. They work awesome. I'm not saying that they don't work. I'm saying I like to poke a bear. And there ain't nothing wrong with this system except for that little tilt. And that's just me. It's just I just want to see if I can do something. So I was thinking about centering it more. Well, centering it more, you know, I could sit there and I could do all sorts of stuff to get this foot peg centered and everything like that. But I'm like, you know what? I already have some foot pegs because I have the Bonafide PWR. So I took this plate off, or I took another set of these plates. I drilled out the center with a heavy lag screw, or a bolt, and I through bolted it with some sealed washers, like the basically sheet metal washers that have the rubberized on the inside, and I compressed them down with a couple lock washers. And so now I have this cool, gonna use the foot pedal with my little soft cotton foot. I'm going to go ahead and use the foot pedal and see if this feels any more comfortable. Plus, now all the torque is centered in the plate instead of top or bottom, you know? It's a theory. I'm running it. These pedals could snap the first day I'm out, and I'll be like, well, dang it. At least I still got these. But in order to do that, I also decided to keep on, because this is the Bonafide actual pedal. They also have these line retractors here, kind of like the Wizard steering. It's a little different, but the Wizard steering is actually a lot easier. I actually have it right here on the RVR that this camera is sitting on. I love it. I think it's great. I decided that I'm going to try this on the PWR. It's just me poking a bear. There's nothing wrong with the system I got, but I'm going to try something new. Now, the thing is, I only have enough line that was tied hard mounted to my pedal, my old pedal. So I have to run new line all the way through because I want to have some extra to be able to adjust on these so I can get my center just right, everything just right. You know, I tinker too much. I mess with a good thing all the time. You can ask my wife. I ruin a good thing like nobody's business. I'm gonna go ahead and get to this, but that's just the explanation and the opener to this video. I'm not gonna sit here and do a whole bunch of, and then I'm gonna go through here and do this, because I mean, I'm literally pulling line, and then I'm mounting these pedals that we have already pre-made onto the track system. That's it. That's all I'm doing. I'm gonna center it up, and I'm gonna call it a day. It's Saturday. My daughter's napping. This is the time to do it. Now that I have the right amount of line that I'm going to need, I want to go past where the pedal's going to run because I have to tie a knot and run it through all this stuff. The retractor on the pedal itself is actually, I love this system, is actually, it's a little close to the hole here because you're going to actually run a string. You're going to run your line through this hole and then basically through the retractor hole and to the retractor itself. So what I like to do, just so I'm not fighting it, is I take the bolt out or the screw out, and then I loosen the secondary screw so that I can pull my retractor off my pedal enough to where I can get my finger in between these two because they don't necessarily line up. So I'm going to go through my line guide, and I'm going to go through my pedal, and then I got to play with it a little bit. Twisty, twisty, turny, turny. Get in the hole. Hey, there we go. Boom. So it's all through. But now that that's in place, got my knotties tied up. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put this guy back where he belongs. I don't quite tighten that up yet because I got to get the second one in. Now, if you notice, I'm changing tips between this and this. This is a number 2 Phillips. This is a number 3 Phillips. This is for the small screws. This is for the big screws. Got to make sure my wheels are tight. Might want to tighten this one a little bit more. But now that it's done, I have plenty of extra string, as you can see, and I'm still in the centered position. Use the centering pin. There's a pin that you can put in your motors to hold them straight if you don't want to use foot steering. I like to use that as my guide before I start figuring out where I want these to be. And now that that's all done, I'm going to work on this side. Now, I'm probably not going to record this side because, I mean, I am sandwiched with 18 inches between kayaks, so you're not really going to see much. I mean, you can see this, but I'm not going to sit here and go step by step. The idea is you guys figure out something on your own. This is just what I figured out for me. It's DIY. Do it yourself. Like, figure it out yourself. I do this not because I'm like, oh, figure it out yourself, guys. Bleh. Screw you guys. Bleh. No, it's not like that. It's like I have the point of view. I have the history, the background in construction. Like, I mean, you don't have to have a background in construction to do all this stuff. It's common sense mostly. But you got to know the parts. You know, you got to be knowing what you're looking at, knowing what you're looking for, all that kind of stuff. I was actually having a conversation the other day. I had a buddy, Andrew, call me a kayak guru. I'm like, I am not a kayak guru. I mean, this guy's been in a kayak longer than I even knew what fishing was. You know, well, not knew what it was, but was like into fishing. And he's sitting there telling me that I'm a kayak guru. I'm like, no, dude, I see things, and the way I've always seen things is first off, I build everything backwards. The way my brain works is I disassemble things. Like, I'll take apart a telephone. That's me. All right, and on cue, as I was finishing up, the boss woke up. Oh, say hi. Hi. She just wants to sit in the boat. Oh, I'm done. The pedals look amazing. I love the way these came out. I love how Low pro those pedals still are, because we talked about this before, I like my dance floor. Right now I'm just going to do some final adjustments here and there, but basically that's it. I just swap some pedals and hopefully these work. As long as they don't rotate, because I only have one screw in them, which gives me the thought process that they might twist or turn, so I might have to add another bolt, but until I can get this thing on the water and try it, I'm not going to be able to tell you. So I will tell you, and I will have a full recap once I get this thing on the water and back. So until then, go catch some fish.